Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending what time you are interacting, talking, doing, and moving with this said episode. My background is just plain and blank. I need to do something about all of that. I don't know when, but it'll be done eventually. So everybody, listen up for until then. All right, it's your boy Mukhtar Muhammad. You already know who this is. I'm literally just looking at myself in the camera. I like the way I look. You know what I'm saying? I like the way I look. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I like the way I look. I mean, I look like I don't know what the last part was, but it was a mumble. So, welcome to another episode of Plethora of Stories. Today, we are going to dive into pretty much just a simple idea of being good and not being, and not being so good. Just being a bad mama jama. I ain't never said mama jama day in my life. Whatever that came from there. But let me not get distracted because I will be distracted and I will not be talking what I wanted to talk about. But I really didn't have anything, but that's what came into mind, and that's what I'm going to hear. That's what this episode is going to be about. I don't know how long it's going to take. It might take 10, it might take 5, it might take 8. But welcome to another episode of Plethora of Stories. And today we're just going to talk about the simplicity of being a bad person and a good person, vice versa. All right? And you already know those moments when we need to make choices, when we need to be picking which, path to pick, which direction, which, storyline to go with. In situations, most of the time. So I'm just gonna keep saying in situations. I don't want to say in life, because sometimes people do make situational choices that are gonna determine their life outcome. Because sometimes it's depending who you are and what is your sense of what's your level of maturity, your level of mental stability will change your outcome in your life and the momental choices that you make. I was trying to sound all smart and I started stuttering. Momentum, if that's a word, it is today. If it's not, so I said it, so it's out there now. All right. So all depends on what kind of choices you make and how you go about it and what kind of decision we end up making. So, but do you go for the route of the simple, easy, non-faded, nonchalant route? Do you go with the superhero route? Do you go to the good guy route, or you take a detour into more tricky, treacherous adventures? Being the asshole. I'm just gonna summarize it into that much. All right, but let's see what we could dive in on this, and I'm gonna go off from that, and we go from there. But now, when it comes to conflicts, there are plots and twists in our lives every day, and that's true. And it's how we handle them, most definitely. That's it all depends on how we handle them, and that's where the real issue, where the real drama lies. And we'll be discussing that a bit. I know I keep running in routes and in corners on that, but we need to have the understanding and the respect and all of the things that will be mentioned here, depending how many of those things are. So let's dive in and let's discuss and let's have a little understanding. So first of all, let's give a shout out to those people who's always uplifting, who's always smiling, who's always have a good attitude, who's always have some sort of some kindness. Let's uplift those. Let's give those people a shout out. All right. Let's always appreciate those people, because without those people, there will not be decent people in the world. Now, giving a shout out to those people is recommended, and so is the opposite of that, because life is all about balance, right? Quick pro quo sort of. Life is all about balance, yin and yang. But let's be real. Life is not always about rainbows and butterflies. There are moments We take a good look in the mirror and we figure out where we need to grow, where we stand, and what we're doing, and what is the steps that we need to take on our self-reflection. And sometimes that's a game changer, and that sometimes that does a lot to our personal character. All right, we taking charge more. In the leadership of self-reflection, it's like being a captain of your own ship, which entails of integrity, ethics that brings more cheer and more happiness into our life. With all that being said, it's all about choice. It's all about decision making. It's all about deciding how to go about situations and how to handle set situations, given whatever situation is that we are meant to choose. For example, you want to start working out, but you keep talking about it every single day and you don't do anything. And all you got to do is just start. But most of the days, you have a choice of going to sleep or actually going for a walk. But you're always complaining about how heavy you are. Choice to make. You go to sleep, you go for a walk. Going for the walk is a step towards your health journey. Just a little tiny example. But it's all about finding out the balance, avoiding the issues, the drama, tackling the problems ahead of on. It's always been like that. It's finding the right mix. And everybody mix is different. Everybody's adventure is different. Everybody, story is different. It just all matter of, finding that right mix and tackling problems. Finding the right mix of adventures and and vibes in us in our own lives. But who's gonna do that? I can't do that for you. Your friends won't do that for you. People will advise you. People will, talk to you. People will give you the chances, the choices, the options of what is up there and what is not. But it's at the end of the day, it equals all to you. Decision making is all what it's about. If you got anger issues and somebody's yelling, or where you at, just for no reason, do you ignore it, or do you go smack them in the face, or do you yell at them? All decisions, everything equals to a decision. As many times I say the word decision, it's not going to change anything. But people don't really listen to advices. People don't really care for what other people say or what other people got going on. At the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. And that's why I keep mentioning whatever you do in life is according to your situation or decision that you're in. Whatever you're dealing with there and then, depending how you go about it and how what you do or say, it results to the outcome of your character, the outcome of your integrity, the outcome of ethics of the kind of person you are. It's all about choices. I'm going to end this episode choices. But with all of that being said, thank you for listening. We all have choices to make. I normally try to end it with a high note with a good quote, but I ain't got that today. We all have choices to make. No matter what we do or say, it all results to the choices of what we do and say. Depending on situations, we got to do what we got to do. Let's keep choosing choices that's going to give positive outcome in our lives. Let's keep choosing things that are more tailored to our mental state's well-being than the opposite of that. I'm not. I'm nobody's preacher. I'm nobody's pastor. I'm just saying what's common sense to everybody. But what is common sense to me may not be a common sense to you. Life is all about change and choices. It's an adventure. Whatever choice you make, it'll be a game changer to you.